Hello everyone, welcome to yet another tutorial. Today we are going to look at how to create a rig and skin for a lamp character. Alright, so this lamp character has been rigged and skinned, and it has a main control which you can, by the way I'm in pose mode, so I can scale the lamp big or small, and then I can move the entire lamp and place it wherever I want in the scene. There's a base control, so you can move the base around. There's a pole vector, so you can wiggle the lamp. There's a head control, which can move the lamp around, and you can see how the skinning is done. You can see that it's skinned properly and how the mesh is bending at the joints. And then you can even use the rotate tool. Alright. So we are going to look at how to create custom controls, create the rig, and then skin the rig. So in the first class, we'll just create the bones and the controls. So we'll open the file where we have the mesh itself. Right. So we have the mesh and the mesh is frozen. I'll go to the side view and go to the wireframe mode, and I will add armature single bone. Once armature is added, you will see there is a pose mode. So pose mode is where the animation will happen, and you can add something called constraints. In the edit mode, if you hit the tab key, that is where you will create your parenting and all other editing for the bones. Right? So this is my first bone. I will zoom out a little so I can see the entire lamp, and I'll hit the E key to extrude to create a new bone. And this is going to be at the junction of where the lower and the upper arm meets. I'll hit an extrude, and then I'll click on the junction where the head and the upper arm meets and extrude it again to finish the bone structure. Now if you look at the perspective view, the bone is exactly in the center of the mesh. That is important, okay, because my object is placed exactly in the center. That worked out fine. So I'll go again to the side view, and if you look at the collection, there's armature, there's bone 1, bone 2, and bone 3. So this bone, I will rename it as bone base. The second bone, I will name it bone lower arm. The third one, it's important to rename because if you have a more complex character, you will have too many bones, so you should know which bone is which one. And then this is bone head. Alright. Now what we need is controls which will control the bone rig. We will not actually select the bone itself, but we will create controls. So we'll go to the base, and I'll hit E to extrude, and then I will hit the X key, and I'll create one bone. This will be the main control. Then I'll select this one, hit E, and again X for X axis, and just click here. So I'll have another bone. This will be the pole vector. And then this one, I'll hit E, and I'll go in the Z direction this time. Doesn't matter which direction it is, as long as it is there. Alright. So we will now rename these bones. So this bone will be called, I will not call it bone, but I will call this IK handle or control. IK control. This bone, I will call it pole control. This bone, I'll call it main control. Now if I go to the pose mode, the main control is a separate bone. That's how it is. When you extrude from the base, it's going to create a separate bone. However, this bone is connected. Undo it. And even this bone is connected. So we don't want these bones to be connected. So I'll go to tab, and go to the bone properties here, and we're going to say no parenting under relations, and this is not going to deform. That means that these bones are not going to affect the geometry. They're just selection handles, this one and this one. Okay, they're not going to be parented. So if you go to pose mode now, this bone is separate, undo it. This bone is separate, undo it. This bone is separate. Alright, now I'll name this. So again, go to armature. We renamed them already. So now we will create the IK setup. So when I go to pose mode and select this, when I move this bone, the rig should move. Alright, so we need to create an IK setup. So we'll go into constraints and add an IK handle, and the chain link. Right now, if I select and move the bone, it is moving this bone, and this bone. So we only want 2 bones, so it moves from the second bone. Alright, now we want this bone to move the IK chain. So we will select this, and then here target we will say armature, and then the bone we will say IK control. So now if I select the IK control, now the IK control will control the rig. We'll go back here and we'll add the pole target. So the pole target, I'll go to the tab mode and move the pole target out. Okay, it works better when the pole target is away, so that when you move this in the pose mode, when you move this around, this is quite far away from it, so it has more range before it can get messed up. Alright, so I'll select this bone and again armature, and the bone will be pole control. So now this pole control will control this. Alright, now when I select this bone and move around, I don't want the head to move. Okay, I want the head to stay where it is because I want independent controls for everything. So I'll go into edit mode, select this, shift select the IK, and then control P to parent it. And now if I select this and move, I have to go in the pose mode. You can see that now that head is not moving. However, the head will follow, and then you can use the rotate to rotate the head. Alright, so our rig is now ready. When I select the main control, my entire rig should move. So what I have to do is I'll again go into the tab mode. I'll select this one, move it back. I will when I select this and move, the whole rig should move. So I'll select this bone, shift select this, and control P, keep offset. So if I select this and go to pose mode, now the 3 bones are moving, but this is not moving. So again, tab, select this one, shift select this, control P, keep offset, go to pose mode. This bone is now moving the entire rig. This dude is not moving. So again, tab, select this, shift select this, control P, keep offset. Pose mode, select this, and now the entire rig is moving. If I select this, the base is moving. If I select this, the IK is moving. If I select this is moving. So now we will create custom controls for our 3 handles. So I'll go to object mode and go to add mesh torus. Alright, so I'll say 1.5. We'll see how it looks. And then this will be say 0.05. So this will be the handle. Alright. So again, wireframe mode, we will select the main control in pose mode. Okay, so you have to pay attention to what happens in pose mode and what happens in edit mode and what happens in object mode. So object mode, we created this object. Now in the pose mode, if you go to the bone setup, we have something called viewport display. Close the other one. And here we can use a custom shape. So I'll click here and then I'll select the torus. And I'll make it wireframe, and then I can select the scale. So that will be the main control. Alright, so the main control bone disappeared and this became the main control. So if you go to the pose, we are in the pose mode. Object mode, what is happening? Go to select this, go to pose mode, we select this, then entire object is moving, and if I select the torus, we'll go to object mode and then move the torus away. Okay, and we can even delete the torus, we don't need it anymore. So now we will use the same torus for this one. So I'll go to pose mode again, this object, again we will say torus, and it is too big, so I'll say 0.2, so it becomes small. Okay, and then again I will say wireframe, so it looks a little different, so you know that these are controls. Same way this one, torus, okay, 0.5, wireframe. Same way we need one more control, which is this one. And again I will select torus. You can create different shapes if you like, but I thought why not just use a torus. Okay, it works fine. So you have this object which moves this object will move this, and this will move the side of it. Okay, so you can go to object mode, select this object, we can unhide the lamp, unfreeze the lamp, select the lamp, select the bone, control P, and say armature default with automatic weights. Okay, and then you can go to pose mode and check. Okay, so now the object is moving. So we will in the next class look at how to do the proper skinning and make the eyes and the bulb follow the character. Okay, thank you very much.